Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm taking a look at the first issue of the Third Doctor comic book. I'm assuming. Yeah, I think it's a mini-series, 5 parts. Apparently there's a little bit of a quote here, handsomely drawn epic by Terrance Dicks said that, which is always good, as he was I can't fully remember, I think maybe a writer? No, I think he was a script editor and then a writer on Doctor Who during the Third Doctor's run. Love the cover, absolutely adore it. John there, Doctor Who there. New Adventures with the Third Doctor. TARDIS, number 1. And you got an advertisement for Torchwood. Issue 1. Issue 2 still hasn't come out. It's a bit ridiculous at this point. All the graphic novels you can get of other stuff, Doctor Who ones, variant comic covers. Really difficult ones to find though. The fact that you can get it digitally, download other comics that Titan are doing currently, the Doctor Who ones anyway. The other variant covers of this are the more common ones, don't really like, as it's got a Sea Devil, which is a bit misleading, and it's got lots of other companions and stuff that really isn't in this issue. Random advertisement for a thing. And you've got behind the scenes, love this, concept art, and you got what's out this time for Titan this month. Little quote of what's happening next in the October release. Issue cover for that, which I do like. The Doctor Who thing, you know, part 1. The name, Paul Cornell, writer, artist, letterist, colourist, so on and so forth. Here you've got a bio on Jo Grant, the Doctor, the Brigadier, and previously. And then the Titan Comics Twitter, Facebook and website. It's set right after the Three Doctors, which I think is superb, actually, really good idea, because I don't know, I wouldn't say that's the worst section of the Jon Pertwee years, but it's the weaker one. And that, you know, people mainly associate, obviously, his era with the whole sort of unit. And I mean, the Brigadier just looks sensational here. You know, and I think what works here is, although it's an Earthbound one, even though it's set right after the Three Doctors, it works because it's like stepping back in time to those era/stories, but with like the budget of today. But because it's a comic book, you can have like anything and everything. Like that chopper looks like a more modern chopper, you know, than what they'd have got back then, and you know, just the same with other stuff, you know, like the explosions, and you've even got like an old manor house, and John just talking. His lexicon is to a T, you know. I can just imagine him saying, "Oh, old chap, old chipper chap," you know, and you know, the guard guy, you know, you got Bessie, and you got these action poses, you know. Appearances can be deceiving, you know, good chap, you know. Pretty terrible impression of him, but you know what I mean. And just the frilly sort of shirts and the frocks, and I just love his costume there, and I love Bessie, and you know, spoiler alerts, but that person is the master, and it's just so superb because it's in my head. I can just imagine the music as well, the sort of music, or you know, the sort of music-y sort of, yeah, from the Sea Devils, or just some sort of music like, you know, symphonic, really high-pitched music of you know, type thing, and it's the master, and him then being like, "I am the master and you will obey me," you know. And what I mean is, like, yeah, just big explosions and just action sequences that they'd have never got back then, and it's just a bit odd because, I don't know, like, at times, Katie Manning, as much as I do adore her, I think she, in the show, could sometimes grate on me. Sometimes she'd be more strong and feisty. Sometimes she'd be more, you know, screaming companion, "Doctor, help me," type thing. But I never got a massive sense of I don't know, like, affection in the most sort of, blunt way, in the sense that they might say nice things to each other, but they'd never, like, hear hug and that. I mean, I'm fine with that here. It's just I'm surprised it never got to that point in the show, really. And the Brigadier, again, just some outstanding parts, and you've got badass aliens and monetary screens and the Doctor getting shot and, the army being there, or more specifically UNIT, big explosions again, big ass awesome explosions. It's Doctor Who meets Michael Bay, but better, because it's a comic book and you've got this awesome eccentric mad boffin character who's just like, oh old chap, what, Brigadier, I don't think this is appropriate to bring in an airstrike. And then, yeah, you're happy now, Brigadier. Just that smugness from him and John Pertwee's face. And then the realization that these aren't, what they seem. Things are what they seem. And, awesome Sonic moment. Awesome bit where he's getting strangled, It's almost like call back to Spearhead from Space, where he's getting strangled by the Auton leadery thing, Nestine Consciousness, so quite like. And then there's the Osgood character person. All manner of things happens, and it just feels so right. It kind of feels like, anyway, at least in the latter half, in this sort of village, it feels like being in the Demons, but better, because surprisingly enough, I'm not that big a fan of that story. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but I don't think it's the best story, personally. I know so many people adore that story, but just never really liked it for one reason or another. I can't remember why, but just don't. But here, again, it feels like the Demons, like they're in a little villagey place, like, as I say, the Demons. There's even, like, the church type thing, you've even got the Master taking off a mask of who he was, you've got the Brigadier, you've got the Doctor, but in his, I think, his Day of the Daleks costume, which I'm fine with, as I adore that costume. You got these very modern Who-like monsters, I guess, I don't know, as the robots. And I'm not going to show you the cliffhanger. Cliffhanger's very iffy, I'll be honest, considering, one, it's set straight after Day of the Doctor in chronological, not Day of the Doctor, the Three Doctors in chronological order. I'm tired. And also, Paul Cornell is very renowned for doing, at this point, at least in his comic book stories, he's done quite a few of these sort of stories, so you might be able to guess / infer what I'm referring to here. And if you are, sorry. If you aren't, then good, I guess, because I'm not ruining the cliffhanger. I'm slap bang in the middle. Part of me's like, ooh, this is interesting, because, it's interesting, but part of me's like, I'm kind of a bit sort of tired out by that, because I thought it was going to be the Master, but it's a different character who gets revealed at the end. And I'm fine with the cliffhanger being a character reveal, and that, but I don't know, it just a bit odd. I mean, considering a lot of the cliffhangers in the classic series were very much, the Doctor getting shot, and then that being the cliffhanger, and somehow him not being shot or something. But then again, I guess you could argue that those are sort of now classed as, I guess, tripes, they're just, it'd be too obvious and too much of a sort of, not a homage, but almost a bit of a parody of that, because it's done so many times in the classic series. But then again, I'm finding myself with the other series of the Titan comic Doctor Who ones, for example, the Ninth Doctor one, you first got, spoiler alert here, but Mickey as a reveal, and then you got another character as a reveal, and it's here you're getting another character as a reveal, so it's getting a bit tedious, is what I'm getting grasping at / getting at. But yeah, if you're any bit the Third Doctor fan, I would highly recommend this one to buy / add to your collection. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.